everybody, what is up? My name is Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice.
And today we're talking about a game that a couple weeks ago we called Bark Avenue in Space, which I guess means we like it. That's Wormholes, published by AEG. So Wormholes is the latest game by Peter McPherson, who is the designer of Tiny Towns, another game that we love that we've talked about on this channel. And he's back with a pick up and deliver game with a twist. So you are spacefarers opening wormholes and flying across the galaxy to deliver passengers to various planets. Now you only have a little bit of fuel, so you only have 3 points of movement on any given turn. That said, you can take an infinite number of these instant actions where you can bounce back and forth through wormholes, you can drop off passengers, you can go through black holes and all sorts of other really cool things. And yeah, that's pretty much Wormholes.
So this is a competitive game where you're going to be using the hard work of others and using their wormholes to go across the galaxy if that what benefits you best. Now there is a fee, so they will be paid by the board for you to be able to use those. So don't use them too many times, but you can really use this to your advantage. And as the other player, you can place your wormholes and they can really end up being a cash system and extra bonuses for you to really benefit you.
So you get paid a bonus whenever you colonize a planet for the first time by putting a wormhole there. So some people, all that they want to do is go put wormholes that everyone wants to use, and they do that in addition to, you know, the few passengers they drop off.
Yeah, and it's not just to the person that places the most wormholes. We've seen that's been a strategy that works really, really well. But we played a game the other day, and a girl came in just behind Jonathan, and she only placed 2 wormholes, 1 wormhole,
maybe one,
and she was like she beat all of us, but she just was in the perfect, like what the subway path where you the high traffic, so she got
and she used everybody else's wormholes.
And she constantly used everyone else's wormholes, but she still was super close.
So let's talk about the board. The board in this game is modular. It's a whole bunch of different pieces. You'll play with more if you're playing with 4 or 5 players, and they're placed in a random configuration in terms of which tiles go where. There are 2 sides to every tile. One's sort of a more basic and one's a more advanced side. And you can choose to flip this little coin that the game comes with that lets you choose the random orientation and which side to use for each tile as you're placing, which I thought was so cool because it really helped me build different galaxies every time.
And it helps you not like inadvertently put it in a place that might be an advantage to you. So I like that as well.
It really actually feels like space travel because I'm a big space nerd, and one thing about space travel is you don't use a whole lot of energy. There's course correction. There's the little here, the there, just to make sure you keep going the right direction. So I like to think about those 3 battery cells you use on your turn as that course correction, and the rest of it you're just bouncing through and using what's there. And yeah, like you said, it's crazy. Yeah. And
it's very fast paced. Like the movement on this game is very, very quick. And I was surprised how quick it is. Like you get to the end and you're like, wait, that's it? I needed to do more. So you really have to plan quickly. You cannot have this long drawn out journey that your strategy, you have to be thinking very fast at the beginning on how you're going to do this.
Yeah, but you do have to think about how you establish your wormholes and where you put them. Because you know, you might put one way out there, but if it's not connected to the rest of your network, it's not as helpful to you. Now, we just played a game right before this, and I think we clocked in around 20 minutes with a 2-player game. We've played several games of it by now, but it really is nice and snappy, especially when you kind of know what you're doing.
So I would say this is a really great game for people that want to play with those higher player counts, but don't want the game to be too long, but are still looking for some strategy in that.
And highly interactive, too.
And highly interactive, So I would say Wormholes is a great pick for that.
Wormholes is a game that I will not play with anyone who has extreme analysis paralysis. So if you want to make your turns absolutely perfect and you're like, wait, if I do this, then if I do, if you're someone who rewinds your turn and then like wants to try it again to get the most optimal thing, this game's just going to drag on, which is just not what it needs. So this is not a game for that. It's a game for trying your best, but you'll miss something and you'll be like, oh, I should have done that. And then I think that makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah, and because of its fast pace, it's one of those, if you don't optimize every turn, you can just play it again and try it out again.
Now, the components in this game, I really like them. So we talked about the double-sided boards, but everyone has these wormhole tokens that are double-sided screen printed. They're like inactive on one side and active on the other, and they've got an arrow to point towards your other wormhole, and it just works. It works really well. Now, a couple of the colors are a little bit close to each other, but they have different symbols on them, so for us it worked okay, but I'd be curious to hear what people with color blindness issues say about that. Other than that, I really like the little ships. I think the whole board presence is just really nice. The art on the cards is really good too.
Wormholes surprised me because, to be honest, when he brought it home, I was like, space game. Because space,
I like space.
is not my theme that I go toward. And I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'll try it. And he's like, it's really, really cool. I was like, okay. But I actually really love Wormholes. It's one of like the space games I actually really enjoy. Like, I think this and Terraforming Mars are like my new space games. All right, everyone, and that is our review of Wormholes by AEG. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know whenever we put out a new video. And we'll see you next time. Happy playing!